Guys, let's talk a little nicknames real quick.
Yeah.
The Browns in their media day, and I'm not sure if this was Jared Verse's nickname prior to coming to Cleveland, if this just came up, but they call Jared Verse V8. He wears number 8. He took Dylan Gabriel's number 8 jersey. V8 revving up, which Earl, myself, and Anthony agreed was a terrific nickname for a pass rusher. A-plus nickname for Jared Verse moving forward as he, quote, revs up for the upcoming season, V8, which got me thinking, what are some of the best Cleveland nicknames of all time, and can V8 enter that pantheon if he performs to the level the Browns hope they get when they traded for Jared Verse and a couple picks?
Yeah, I mean, you think about a lot of the best players in Cleveland. Like, nicknames is not as big a thing as it used. When in the turn of the century baseball, like, everybody had a nickname. Mm-hmm. And there were some great nicknames. But, like, what's Jose Ramirez's nickname?
Hosey?
Yeah, but that's... I mean, what's Myles Garrett's nickname? He didn't even have one.
Ah! That's his nickname. That's what quarterbacks do when they see him coming.
Like,
who was the tackle that said
what that was?
Yeah, LeBron doesn't really have a nickname.
King James.
King James is absolutely a nickname.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Doesn't really have a nickname. The iconic nickname.
It's only the
of all
most
time.
famous nickname ever.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, you don't believe in King James anyway. The original.
Fair enough.
Why not?
No, King.
Who is King James in the Bible?
Yeah.
It's King James version of the Bible.
So what does that mean? I don't know what it means.
It's just the version of the Bible.
Like, who is King James? Why is it called the King James version?
That's a good question.
Steve says he was the king of England.
Yeah, so it has nothing. King James himself has nothing to do with.
That's just the name of the translation.
The translation. It's back on to nicknames. I'm trying to think. Who's had
the best
Spida Mitchell? It's not a great nickname.
That's lame, I think. The best nickname since in the Bull and Fox era.
Well, first off, do you like V8?
I do like V8.
I think it's okay.
I like it.
There's
one I have in mind.
The best one is actually not an individual player nickname. It's a group nickname. For the Guardians, I want to say in 2015, no, 16, when they called, it was the Goon Squad. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. The Guardiac Kids. I think Meisel came up with that. I like that.
The Guardiac Kids?
Yeah, when they were doing all the come from behind wins.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I like that.
That's not better than the Goon Squad.
What's so great about Goon Squad?
I don't know. I like it.
Like Tower City was good with Mobley and Allen. That was pretty good.
I liked Frohio.
Brohio. Yeah, but they sucked.
Sexland with Colin Sexton and Darius Garland.
That's terrible. What's the best? I'm trying to think of individual
I mean,
nicknames.
Pronk. That's the one that
Pronk?
came up. Pronk.
Oh, Pronk. Yeah.
For Travis Hafner.
That's not.
Half project, half donkey. He was a Pronk. I thought that was pretty
So
good.
I asked, so I didn't.
Go ahead.
No. Well, I genuinely didn't know. I'm going to
Yeah.
look at the chat in a sec. But I
Yeah.
asked Anthony and Earl to both give me their best
Go ahead.
nicknames. So this was what
Flash
Earl
was Myles
said. These
Garrett.
were
Flash.
Earl's.
Oh, right.
These were Earl's top 4 best nicknames in
There
Cleveland.
you
He
go,
had Pronk,
Hot Rod. Hot Rod's a good one.
Hot Rod Williams, Wild Thing for Anderson Varejao, and Satchel Paige.
Paige.
Anthony.
Most
Then-
people don't even know what. I bet you most people thought Satchel was his actual name.
Hey,
Anthony's answers were Colin
I was
Youngbull
going to say
Sexton.
Big Z.
Big Z. He had Spider,
Nah,
and he had
I'm
King
not in favor of
James.
Young Bull.
Sexland's better than all those.
He's stealing my nickname.
Big
there.
Z is Big Z.
Big Z's a good one.
And
That just
Director
resonates
Steve
with
has
my
Lou the
Cavs
Toe
lore.
Groza as his favorite.
The toe. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Director Steve is on the money with that one.
toe.
Go back to Earl's sheet because there was one there. I was like, oh yeah, that's a really good one.
Hot Rod Williams.
Hot Rod Williams.
I don't know. I don't know where that came from.
I know.
I think he had that at Tulane.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wild Thing Varejao is really good too. That was a good one.
The hair.
I'm looking at some chat ones.
What do you
Uncle
got?
Drew for Kyrie.
Uncle Drew. Uncle Drew's good, yeah.
I don't even know what I can't even think of what Satchel Paige's real name was.
I don't know.
I don't know it.
Do you want to look it up?
No, I wasn't gonna look it up, but
What else in the chat? Anything good?
Well, now I'm looking up stat. His real name was Leroy Robert Page.
oh, I should have known that.
I did not know that.
Now that he says it, I'm like, oh,
Flash
yeah.
Gordon.
But Flash Gordon
For
Tom-
Josh Gordon was Flash.
Oh, but that was originally Tom Gordon. Remember the pitcher for the Royals and Red
yeah,
Sox?
Yeah. Dwayne Wade went by Flash.
Cookie
Now, who had
Carrasco.
Big Z first?
Cookie.
Cookie
That was a
Carrasco.
good one. Who had Big Z first? Carlos Zambrano or Zadrunas Ilgauskas? I think Zambrano.
Zadrunas was around before Zambrano. I mean, it might be more widely
know.
known for Zambrano, but definitely Big Z was Zadrunas first.
When did Zadrunas? When was he a rookie?
Oh man, like
long time ago.
early '90s.
Yeah,
I
dude,
wanna
he was
say.
here.
Him and Vitaly Potapenko were in the same
think,
draft
yeah.
class.
Does the Rain Man
Topico's
for
still a-
Sean Kemp count, even though he was here?
Yes,
Nah, I
yes,
don't
that was a
know.
great one.
That is a good one.
This is from KDude1300 in the chat for the Bond Boston Concepcion trio of young receivers, BBC.
Oh
Stop
boy,
it. That you just embarrassed you. That guy should not be allowed to say
Here you
that.
go, Booby Gibson.
Booby.
Good one.
That's a great one.
Robert Tractor Trailer.
Yeah, but he did. Oh yeah, he did play for the Cavs.
R.I.P.
Big Country.
R.I.P.
He was not on the Cavs.
He played on the Cavs.
No, but Bryant Reeves, Big Country.
Well, if we're doing other teams, one of the best nicknames of all time was a guy who pitched for the Cubs 100 years ago. He was Mordecai Three Fingers Brown.
I don't think I'm aware of him.
Yeah, he was. I think he's in the Hall of Fame.
Bad job out of
He
me.
pitched the turn of the century, 1900s, but I think he only had 3 fingers.
I would hope so.
I would hope so.
Be a weird
Antonio
nickname if he had
Alfonseca
5.
was 6 fingers.
He did have 6. Yeah.
We're forgetting some, I think.
Gerald
well,
McNeil was Ice
Ice Cube. Yeah.
Yes, that was a
The
good
Ice
one.
Cube. That was a
yeah.
good one.
I mean, Refrigerated Perry that's as good.
And William
you know.
Michael Dean Perry went by Icebox.
Yeah.
It wasn't as widely known.
So
but
was the girl from Little Giants was Icebox.
you're right.
She was great.
You're right.